Right. Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon to all. As you're aware, SGTech has been appointed by IMDA to run the vendor briefing sessions from May 2019. SME Go Digital program is a national program administered by IMDA, together with sector agencies to support digitalization for SMEs across 23 sectors as specified in the industry transformation maps. So first, the SME landscape. Today, SMEs constitute 99% of the local enterprises, which make up 2/3 of the national workforce and contribute close to 50% of the GDP. So what is the definition of an SME? Based on Enterprise Singapore's definition, a company group's annual sales turnover should not be more than 100 million, or company's group's employment size should not be more than 200 workers. The major concerns encountered by SMEs in their respective business areas are rising costs, especially from businesses in sectors which require rental of physical space, high turnover of staff, and that staff might not have sufficient knowledge or are not tech savvy enough to handle complex software. The whole gist of SME Go Digital program is to make going digital as simple as these 3 steps. First of all, SMEs can access digital readiness from their businesses from Chief Technology Officer as a Service platform, a one-stop web application, and refer to the industry digital plan for different sectors. This is a step-by-step guide that helps SMEs to assess and adopt suitable digital solutions depending on the stages or readiness of their businesses. Support from the consultancy service at Digital Tech Hub has retired, and it has been succeeded by the CTO as a service. Next, IMDA will guide SMEs to take the first steps with useful industry knowledge. Then you, as a vendor, would know what are the solutions needed and what are the new sectors to be added in. As such, your SME customers are able to adopt specially pre-approved digital solutions for the respective sectors, and best part of it is that it'll come with a grant. Regarding point 3, where can your SMEs get help? They can use CTO as a service to request for digital advisory and project management services, or approach the SME centers if they require business advice. Also, just to add, Start Digital, which was launched in Jan 2019, is meant to help guide new startups on the type of digital solutions they should take on. It is in collaboration with IMDA, Enterprise Singapore, telcos, and the banks. So these 3 steps are the end-to-end process, illustrates the comprehensive resources that SMEs can reference to start their digitalization journey, or take the next step into deepening their digital adoptions. Currently, we have a total of 20 IDPs for 21 ITM sectors launched to date, with the latest Precision Engineering IDP launched in November 2021. The Industry Digital Plan, IDP for short, is a step-by-step guide for SMEs. Within IDP, solutions are articulated across 3 different stages of business growth. The categorization of solutions for respective stages are based on global trending and validation studies with the sector agencies and industry to map out the type of solutions required by the businesses. This is so that SMEs are able to spot the solution which they need based on their stage of business growth. This is an example of the digital roadmap developed for the retail sector. For a start, every retail company will need to adopt some basic technologies to stay competitive. We call those stage 1 technologies. These technologies will enable retail companies to automate operations and the use of resources. One example is the integrated point of sales. Okay, so after SMEs know what type of solution they require, they can choose from a list of pre-approved solutions for the respective sectors that they can adopt hassle-free depending on their areas of need. SME customers are then able to enjoy funding support. Pre-approved solutions and are pre-scoped with software subscription, hardware, professional services, and training required for automation of their operations. SMEs can apply for a pre-approved solution through Business Grant Portal and start the implementation with selected solution provider after the sector agency has approved the application. Currently, we have identified a demand from 20 sectors, and therefore we are looking for digital solutions to meet the requirements of those sectors on the supply side. We are looking for proven solutions, and they should meet the criteria defined in the checklist. The latest sector-specific solutions included in the list is healthcare. If your sector is not represented, but you have a solution that corresponds to the criteria listed in the checklist, we welcome your submissions. Besides the sector requirements, there are also digital capability requirements that apply to all sectors. These are digital capabilities like cybersecurity, data analytics, PDP, and IoT to ensure completeness and robustness of the proposed solutions. This is an overview of the vendor self-assessment checklist. There are 3 areas that IMDA is looking for in your submission. First, a proven track record. A positive net equity in your company's latest financial statement. 5 satisfied customers on contractual agreement that have utilized your solution for an extended period of more than 6 months. And also that your company has sufficient resources to handle the volume of implementation requests from the industry. Next, desired features of your solution, and if your solution has the ability to meet sector requirements. For example, a vendor providing HRMS solution needs to adhere to IRS tax policies, such as the auto-inclusion scheme. Accounting solutions, on the other hand, need to be listed on the IRS accounting software register prior to pre-approval. Please make sure you have these in place before submission. If your solution generates, sends, and receives digital invoices, then it needs to be PEPAL ready, which is the e-invoicing standard for solutions which create and update invoices and manage sales transactions to facilitate a seamless and faster process through adherence of a standard digital format. Lastly, your solution also needs to be cloud-based. IMDA will also check if your solution can meet the industry standards and best practices, such as, does your company have a trust mark for personal data protection? Examples of solutions which collect personal unique identifiers are mainly HRMS, workforce management systems, and visitor management systems. Also, the security VA for solutions which contain personal unique identifier, example IC, to ensure any security loopholes are being addressed. Now I'd like to hand the time over to Chiu Si, who will share with us more about the data protection trust mark. Chiu Si, over to you.
Thanks, Manoj. Hi, so just to share, to help organizations level up their data protection standards, IMDA has actually introduced 2 data protection initiatives. The first initiative is the Data Protection Essentials, which is designed specifically to help SMEs acquire a basic level of data protection and security practices through affordable security solutions and a one-stop professional service. Starting from 2.3K, grants are available. So SMEs who have successfully implemented the DPE would be recognized by being listed on IMDA's website and awarded the DPE logo. It will also serve as a mitigating factor in the event of a data breach. The second initiative is our Data Protection Trust Mark certification, which allows companies to demonstrate that they have robust data protection practices in place. It will ensure the companies have good data governance, increase their competitive advantage in the digital economy, and allows a company to demonstrate PDPA compliance. In the event of a data breach, certified companies can request from PDPC an undertaking in lieu of any investigation. Grants are available too, so you can scan the QR codes to find out more. Back to you, Manoj.
Thanks, Chiu Si. So let me go through the steps of the pre-approval process. Step 1, always attend the vendor briefing to understand the requirements. After you have attended, then you will proceed to the checklist stage. A gentle reminder that you must submit the completed checklist within 3 months of your company's attendance at the vendor briefing. Step 2 to step 3 is the checklist stage, where you need to tell us your solution is what IMDA is looking for. Do a pre-assessment of your proposed solution using the vendor self-assessment checklist to check that it fulfills the criteria that the respective sector is looking for. after which you will need to submit the checklist with all the stated supporting documents. After IMDA has received the complete set of documents, and if you met all the requirements, they will invite you for a tech demo session together with a sector lead to further showcase your solutions. Just to highlight, the lead time from step 2 to step 3 is dependent on when you can submit the completed checklist. Step 4. If your solution is shortlisted, you will be issued an application form to apply. At this stage, IMDA will then guide you on how to bundle your solution into price packages. Why you'll need to do that, it is so that your SME customers can adopt the solution as hassle-free as possible. You may be aware that the Productivity Solution Grant supports companies keen on adopting IT solutions and equipment to enhance business processes. Hence, the pricing of the package must cater to micro SMEs and SMEs for easy adoption. The component scope for the package have to be based on the purchase pattern of your customers, and the price has to be before GST. Step 5. Once the application is approved, IMDA will officially issue a letter of appointment for a period of 12 months. Then you can start to sell to your SMEs with grant support. Once again, the prices that you state on the application form must be before GST. The next step is to accept the letter of appointment. Do note the lead time for step 4 to step 5 is about 2 to 3 months. And finally, your solution will be published on the website. Important things to note. Only submissions through the pre-approval system will be accepted. So please ensure the company's authorized representatives is assigned to the e-service before using SingPass to access the system. The user guide of the system is available on IMDA website. You can scan the QR code to download a copy as a reference. If you encounter any technical issues, please take screenshots and provide IMDA a detailed explanation of the issues to send via the email address stated on the login page. From 11 April 2021, you'll be required to log in to Government Digital Services for Business, G2B, using SingPass instead of QuadPass. For more information, please visit go.gov.sg/corporate-login. For SingPass and the e-service assigned to your authorized rep, the authorized rep needs to create a new profile. Now, both the checklist and application must be submitted through the system. The system will not accept your checklist if you had not attended the vendor briefing within the last 3 months. If you cannot finish the submission in one go, you can save them as a draft to resume later. Mandatory fields are denoted with a red asterisk, and they must be keyed in before you can make the submission. When the sector-specific criteria is updated, the e-form via the system is also updated. This is a hyperlink that will bring you to IMDA website. You can download the checklist, then leave the main spreadsheet empty and go directly to the sector-specific ones. Once you complete the sector-specific spreadsheets, then upload it to the system. Supporting documents submitted must stick to IMDA's file naming convention. For example, please name your financial statements file as highlighted in red. To upload, click on Add Financial Statement, then a pop-up window will appear. You will then upload the file via this pop-up window. Next, I'll pass the time to Jia-Yi who will do a brief on the CTO as a service. Jia-Yi, over to you.
Thank you, Manoj. Good afternoon, everyone. CTO, as we have, IMDA has developed a one-stop platform, a web application for SMEs to have quick access to various digitalization resources. SMEs can self-assess their digital readiness and also receive a list of recommended solutions based on their business profiles. They can also search and compare the functions for pre-approved digital solutions and contact the vendors via this platform. In addition, CTO as a service connects SMEs to a shared pool of digital consultants for advisory services and project management support. SMEs can leverage the digital consultants' guidance to deepen their understanding of their business needs and priorities. The digital consultant will tailor your digital solution and training roadmaps. We have appointed Accenture and Stone Forest to provide digital consultancy services. Now, moving on, in terms of digital consultancy services, SMEs may also wish to tap on the digital consultants to help you manage the digital project implementation, which will take into consideration the impact on key stakeholders such as employees, customers, suppliers. Eligible SMEs enjoy complimentary digital advisory and project management services for the first-time usage. Okay, so what are the benefits of this web app to our partners and the SMEs? For our partners like yourself, the solutions that you provide will be more easily discovered and searched by SME end users on the CTO as a Service platform. With the enhancement to the web app being developed, it will also instill confidence and trust in your solutions when potential SME end users read the reviews on the platform. And to the SMEs, CTO as a Service is a one-stop platform for most of their digitalization needs. And next, here's a recap of the features of CTO as a Service. And you may also wish to scan the QR code to access this platform. Okay, that concludes the sharing on CTO as a Service. Thank you. Back to you, Manoj.
Thank you, Tia. Next, I will share about Invoice Now. So IMDA implemented a nationwide e-invoicing network in early 2019. It is not, however, a purely Singapore-based network. It's been around for more than 12 years, adopted across more than 30 countries and transacting over 100 million transactions annually. It is probably the most mature cross-border network of its kind. The pandemic has taught us how important it is to have such a fundamental business function, such as invoicing, to be digitalized. And so this initiative aims to streamline your business operations, increase accuracy, improve cash flow, and of course, contributing to the nation achieving its goal as a green economy. In Jan 2020, AGD, which is the central office for all invoices to the government ministries and agencies, was inducted into the network, and that gives all 22,000 government suppliers a preferred way to send invoices. It is to help businesses improve efficiency, reduce costs, facilitate cross-border business transactions, enjoy faster payment, and reduce usage of paper invoices. Invoice Now was announced in September 2020 during the Future Economy Conference exhibition. Today, if you think about paying a person or business quickly and digitally, the first thing that comes to mind is PayNow. PayNow saw a tremendous growth as the go-to method of sending money, and similarly, there has been a large uptake in business using e-invoicing. Thus, e-invoicing has been rebranded to Invoice Now to further emphasize the relationship between e-payment and e-invoicing. IMDA is delighted to partner with DBS, OCBC, UOB, along with the Association of Banks in Singapore, to develop solutions which provide a flow to these basic functions. This process will allow an invoice that is sent through Invoice Now to be paid through the popular e-payment channel PayNow. By linking these solutions together, the process is now 3 simple steps. When a vendor and customer is on board the network, all the vendor needs to do is send an invoice via Invoice Now to the UEN of their customer. Upon receiving the invoice, the customer verifies it, and if they choose to, they send a PayNow payment to the vendor. The vendor is notified of the payment and the process is complete. While the journey above may be more reflective of an SME journey, we recognize that different companies will have different needs. To address these different needs, there are over 80 IMDA pre-approved service providers who offer Invoice Now capabilities. This means whether you are a large or small company, there is an invoice service provider for you. Over time, we look forward to more service providers connecting their Invoice Now solutions to e-payment channels like PayNow and extending these benefits across all businesses. This infographic is a showcase of how Invoice Now works when an e-invoice is sent from the seller to the buyer, and how the invoice can be quickly processed by the buyer and paid by various e-payment methods, such as Pay Now to the seller. So let's watch a promotional video of the benefits of Invoice Now.
Great! Business is going well, work is getting delivered, and you're already planning to expand. But you wouldn't get the cash flow you need without invoicing. So you spend hours manually preparing paper invoices only for your client to lose it or have it rejected because of mistakes, which would cause delayed payments that will slow your business down. But with Invoice Now, you can now get paid faster. With it, you can send e-invoices directly to your clients via the nationwide e-invoicing network with existing solutions. Just activate Invoice Now on your Peppol Ready solution. Now, create your invoice. Select your client's Peppol ID. Key in your invoice details, and you're good to go. Paperless, effortless, and seamless. Your invoice will be able to reach all businesses on the entire network. And with Invoice Now standardized format, your clients will be able to process invoices and payments quicker too. That means you can enjoy smoother invoicing, faster payments, and a great way to save the environment. Join the network and grow your business today. Invoice Now. Get paid faster.
Hope that video gives you a clearer picture of how Invoice Now works on the business end. To further clarify what is and is not Invoice Now, when businesses are on the network, Invoice Now allows one party using a finance solution to send invoices straight into the other party's different accounting or ERP system without manual intervention such as printing the PDF invoices or keying it in. Which means the receiving end just needs to look and verify that the line items are indeed what has been ordered or purchased and send it to accounts payable. Next, I'll briefly share about the Peppol network. The initiative operates on the international Peppol network. What you see here is an ecosystem where the businesses are on the outermost circle and are connected by business systems which are the Peppol Ready solutions. Peppol Ready solution providers are connected by access point providers. An access point is essentially the gateway to the Peppol network. We currently have more than 30 access points, and they each signed an agreement with IMDA, the Peppol authority. For a solution to be Peppol Ready, they can select one of the 30 access point providers and work with them to get your solution ready. Once the businesses are on the network, they are able to send and receive e-invoices to each other. And that sums up what Peppol is and how Invoice Now operates. To summarize the benefits of Invoice Now from the video and throughout the presentation, it's a streamlined process to reduce manual inputs with system-to-system transmission. It allows for faster payment and less use of printing PDF invoices, creating a greener business. Here are the criteria to become a Peppol Ready solution provider. Peppol Ready solution providers are platforms such as accounting or enterprise resource planning systems, which provide Invoice Now features. For more information, you can go to the link here or write into einvoice@imda.gov.sg. For additional information on Invoice Now, you can also go to www.peppolguide.sg. As we grow the Invoice Now network, we are expanding the supported document types available in the network. From our earliest surveys and study, we found that invoice response and e-ordering are two documents that businesses would like to have to further support their business processes. Hence, we have implemented these new documents as preferred features. Invoice response is a document from buyer to supplier, providing the status update of the supplier's invoice on the buyer's accounting system. This enables suppliers to receive the status of their invoice, such as message acknowledgement, accepted, and rejection, so that the need for follow-ups will be greatly reduced. E-ordering comes in two different documents, being order only and ordering. Order only is a one-way document from buyer to supplier, with details of the order. Ordering is where, on top of the order-only document, the supplier is able to respond with the order status, being whether it's accepted or rejected, amongst other things. Solution providers can choose to implement order-only or ordering or both. Businesses can choose to receive orders even if they may not be generating orders themselves. Solution providers without order functionality may choose to simply ingest and display incoming orders and potentially flip it to an invoice for a more advantageous two-way match at the buyer's side. Some benefits of InvoiceNow includes its interoperability of its documents, allows business to manage their cash flow, and most importantly, allows for operational efficiency. InvoiceNow allows for businesses to send and receive business documents in a standardized and digitalized way. Also, with InvoiceNow, reduced manpower effort and data entries can be achieved since it's digitalized. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Dutch Ng, who is part of our SME Go Digital committee in SGTech. He will elaborate how SGTech can help you and the industry on this program. Dutch, over to you. Dutch, we can't hear you, Dutch.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Manoj. Hi, good afternoon. Another month have come by and great to see every one of you well and good today. My name is Dutch Ng, part of SGTech SME Go Digital communities. To our old friend and existing members of SGTech, it's nice to have you with us again. To our new friends who are unfamiliar what SGTech does, let me give you a brief introduction. SGTech is a premium trade association for tech industry in Singapore. We have over 1,000 corporate members, ranging from innovative startups, small and vibrant medium-sized enterprises to top MNCs, whom we are representing and articulating any technology industry concern to relevant authority and stakeholder. SGTech strive to create an ecosystem that detects trends and develop sustainability initiatives to strengthen the communities and help the ICT industry to grow. We mission to catalyze a thriving ecosystem that powers Singapore as a global tech powerhouse. As this year, we mark our 40th anniversary. Briefly, I would like to share with you the organization structure of SGTech. We have the Board of Governance and Councils members at the top of the chart, overseeing the alignment of all the chapters and committees. Second top, we have steering committees encompassed of digital and data nodes, sustainabilities, and tech talent. Next, we have these various chapters and committees, a total of 6 chapters, 5 committees, and 3 advisory committees for your interest to join. I will elaborate further on my next few slides. As shared, we have more than 1,000 plus members in SGTech. We range from global MNC, large enterprises, and small and medium-sized company. We're providing full range of tech spectrum to influence and providing the industry needs. One of our strategy focus as a leading tech hub on digital trust and sustainability, as we position Singapore as a global digital and data node, which we build on trust by chairmaning of creation of the Digital Transformation Center as to assist company in transformation, gearing and push for standards, policies, and product solutions as we develop for digital trust and ensure cybersecurity awareness and adoption. We also must take collective action and part of the solutions to Singapore and global sustainabilities. With this and other business activity, talent for tech, also the key part of our focus. To coordinate the subsector within the ICT space, we have formed industrial chapters and committee to support strategic and emerging sector. We have classified our chapters into tech verticals and non-tech horizontal. Under the tech verticals, we have AI and high-performance computing chapter, to demystify or simplify the understanding of AI for businesses, increasing adoption and create awareness on data ethics, governance of AI, and opportunities. Cloud and data chapters to help business in understanding the journey of embarking on the cloud, driving adoption by leveraging in technology, and to build more robust business model and open up new opportunity. One of the key cybersecurity chapter to promote the awareness and adoption of cybersecurity in Singapore and to boost up talent pipeline for viable of Singapore cybersecurity industry. These are the three for the tech horizontal. As for non-tech horizontal, we have digital transformation chapter. We aim to accelerate innovation to drive the success of digital transformation of Singapore businesses. Singapore Enterprise chapter, we promote and build an active, healthy ecosystem of the local tech SME, which is vital for Singapore digital transformation. Creating favorable conditions to allow tech SME to flourish and venture to overseas by leveraging on its strength and the consortium. Smart Nation chapter. Engage with Smart Nation Digital Government Office, we call SNDGO, and relevant stakeholder. We're partnering with key agency in built environment sector to bridge local solution provider to overseas market, exporting local idea and solution as in turn spur innovation in their solution. Company that can join SGTech as a member can choose which chapter they prefer to involve, and each chapter will plan activity, initiative to engage their chapter members and the industry. As the above was about the chapter, and SGTech also spin off committees that cater of emerging markets. For example, 1, 2, 3 Jumpstart committees we cater to young startup company, and gaming and education technology are gaining traction. We have also formed these 2 committees to create to the needs. Other committees are data protection advisory committees, digital trust committees, next gen network committees, government procurement advisory committees, and this is SMEs Go Digital Advisory Committee, which was set up in line with the SGTech mission to contribute the tech industry growth and transformation through national programs and initiatives that drive digitalization and enhance our Singapore economy. Other than organizing the monthly briefing, what you are attending right now, we plan serious events together with the 6 chapters and the committees for networking and sharing so that we enhance your solutions. And Tech Partner, a platform for business interactive and solution collaboration, which I would like to elaborate more in my next slide. Outreach session, work closely with other trade associations, which we provide network of potential customers. We have roundtable sharing experience as well before a pre-approved vendor. New chapter and committee will be launched that in response to the industrial or technology industrial, which continue the growth and the need. If you'd like to know more about SGTech, please write to SGTech Secretariat at membership@sgtech.org.sg. I repeat, membership@sgtech.org.sg. Okay, as mentioned, I wanted to share more on this initiative as we receive a lot of feedbacks from vendors, citing their appreciation on assistance in established business and technology partnership that can help to expand their offering and customer base. So with Tech Partner, here are the things that you can achieve. First, technology partnership. This refers to identify a partner whose solution can match and complement yours to cater a client projects. Next, a reseller and distribution partnership. You can also find a partner who can distribute your solution or to find new solution to expand your portfolio. Another possible outcome is the strategic partnership, meaning forming a strategic alliance in your new products development or for your market expansion. As this list is not exhaustive, and you may also request for other form of partnership that can also add value to your businesses, do talk to us. Circulate later on if you want to find out more. We actively post tons of information on the media. If you like to follow us, do follow us indeed on social media and to get our latest updates, events, news, research, information, and trends. I will stay here for a few seconds for your capture. This is important. Okay, we accept membership application for both Singapore-based company and overseas company. For those interested in membership with SGTech, please scan the QR code now on the screen. As for attendees of today's briefing, we're extending an additional 10% discount on membership fee if you sign up within a week's time. Of course, the T&C apply. I take the opportunity, I would thank our partner, IMDA and SGD, Singapore Digital, for supporting this webinar. I hope that you'll find this information helpful for your organization. I wish you a fruitful webinar here. Thank you. Over to you, Manoj.
Thank you, Dutch. Now I will hand over the time to Gail from the SingPass office to go through the SingPass. Gail, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Manoj. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gail from SingPass Industry Engagement Office. What I'm going to share with you today is about SingPass and how it can empower your business. I'll start off with a quick introduction on SingPass, and I'll showcase our 6 API products. Okay, next slide. SingPass is not just a digital identity, but more significantly, it is also a digital enabler. Why I say this is because what the government has built here is a robust and established infrastructure for authentication. On top of that, we have information from all the different government agencies. So when you couple these two components together, we have now built a platform of products that businesses like your organization can easily tap onto and integrate with to digitalize. Here are our 6 API products, and the gateway to these services are through the SingPass mobile app. Okay, so let me start off with our very first API, MyInfo. With MyInfo, companies can extract individuals or corporations' data from government sources with the user's explicit consent. Login, where companies can leverage on our passwordless login authentication to allow their customers to access their online services. Verify, where companies can verify the identity of their customers at physical premises such as roadshows or customer contact centers. Sign, where companies can offer digital signing to their end customers, and at the end of that signing flow is a digitally signed PDF that is recognized by the Singapore Court of Law. Identiface, where companies can trigger off a face verification service as a form of step-up authentication for sensitive transactions. And lastly, Authorize, which allows businesses to notify and seek remote authorization from your customers. I will elaborate more on our key product in our upcoming slide. Okay, so let us now start off with our first product, MyInfo. With MyInfo, manual form filling can be a thing of the past. MyInfo is not just a consent-based data sharing platform, but more importantly, it also provides convenience for customers to have seamless online transactions. With a click of a button, customers can authorize businesses to retrieve their data via SingPass, and in turn, businesses can be confident that the data obtained comes from government sources. So, what does this mean for you? You'll be able to perform Know Your Customer efficiently upon obtaining explicit consent from your customers, and thus, this results in a faster turnaround time for online applications. This also improves customer experience by providing increased convenience for them as data is automatically retrieved and populated onto your digital applications. This can also increase productivity and provides cost savings for yourself. Services such as opening bank accounts, applying for credit cards, loans have all used MyInfo to achieve instant and paperless results. And the results speak for itself. Businesses reported higher usage from their customers, increase in approvals due to better data quality, reduction in transaction time, and ultimately satisfied customers as the entire process is streamlined. Okay, quickly moving on to our next product, which is SingPass Login. 3 years ago, we have introduced SingPass QR Login used in conjunction with the SingPass mobile app. It facilitates a seamless passwordless user login experience. To demonstrate it, here's one of our early adopters, Flow. Okay, so this is actually the Prudential customer portal. On the left-hand side is the Prudential user ID and password, and on the right-hand side is the QR login embedded within the Prudential customer portal. And just like myself, as a customer of Prudential, I usually forget my Prudential user ID and password. So whenever I log in, I have to reset my password. But instead of doing this now, the SingPass mobile app, I can seamlessly log on to Prudential customer portal over here. So what I'm going to do, right, is going to play a video right now. Yeah, so you can see, right, the entire process was really fast and seamless. It took less than 5 seconds. Login is actually really convenient for citizens as they only need to use their own SingPass account to have access to a multitude of services across different sectors. As seen in the video, with SingPass login, users do not need to remember a different set of credentials as the authentication process is done through the SingPass mobile app. This facilitates a seamless passwordless user login experience for your customers. So, how does this benefit you? First of all, say goodbye to I forgot my password problems and relieve your operational overheads on the password reset process. Businesses can also leverage onto the SingPass authentication system without needing to build one on your own. Businesses can also have available access to over 4 million SingPass mobile app users. Okay, moving on to our next product, SingPass Verify. So now with the economy opening up and more people meeting face-to-face, Verify actually allows businesses to authenticate customers through physical roadshows, contact centers, or retail outlets. So how it works is that customers can scan a QR code on site through the SingPass mobile app, and upon providing consent to the organization, the customer is registered immediately. Customers do not need to present their physical NRIC for verification, as this can be done all through the SingPass mobile app. This facilitates the contactless collection of personal data and reduces waiting time. Thus, your organization will be able to provide customers a seamless, fast, and safe registration process. To date, Verify is currently in use by different sectors such as healthcare, real estate, and charities to register their customers on site. Moving on to Sign with SingPass. Sign with SingPass is also another very popular and up-and-coming API. So with Sign with SingPass, you can start offering digital signing to your customers. How it works is that customers will scan a QR code embedded in your document with the SingPass mobile app, and a reference code will show up on both the document and the mobile app. The customer will then verify that the reference code matches and authenticates the signing with their biometrics. And that is it, a very quick and straightforward process. What happens here is that we have authenticated the identity of the signer using SingPass because they have consented, their digital identity is bound to the document, thereby proving that the document is indeed signed by the customer. You can choose to integrate Sign with SingPass with your own document management systems or use it together with the solutions provided by our digital signing partners. These digital signing partners have already pre-integrated Sign onto their platform to help businesses like yourself roll out digital signing with SingPass. So what makes Sign with SingPass stand out? First of all, the signature comes with a high level of assurance as it provides proof of the signing party's identity and integrity. The digital signature is recognized under the Singapore Court of Law as signatures made using Sign with SingPass will be regarded as electronic signatures under the Singapore Electronic Transactions Act. And next, by leveraging onto SingPass, your organization can enjoy cost savings from elimination of paper and related processes as everything is done seamlessly online. In conclusion, with our suite of SingPass products, we can help your organization increase your customers rapidly. The products can help fulfill your organization end-to-end needs. With login, customers can quickly and easily experience a passwordless login flow to your platform or services. With MyInfo, your customers can experience hassle-free form filling. With Verify, your customers can experience seamless registrations at physical locations. And even better, with Sign, your company can do away with physical signing. With SingPass as a digital enabler to empower your business, we do hope that these products can help to accelerate the digitalization of your organization. If you are keen to integrate with SingPass, please take a moment to scan the QR code or visit the link to kickstart your registration process with SingPass. In the form, you can indicate your interest in the various SingPass products and share with us about how you think these products can be incorporated into your customer journey. Upon submission of interest, my colleagues and I from the SingPass Industry Engagement Office will reach out to you to share more about the onboarding journey and address any other questions that you may have. If you have any questions, you can leave one in the Q&A below. We hope to speak to you soon. Thank you, and back to you, Manoj.
Thank you very much, Gail. We've now come to the FAQ segment of the briefing. Before we open the floor to questions, let me go through some of the common FAQs we have received. First question, my solution is a proven solution used by many MNCs, government agencies, and/or SMEs from other countries for many years, but I do not have local SME customers. Can I submit my solution for pre-approval? The answer is no. You will need to provide customer references from your local SME customers. As part of the evaluation process, we need to assess if your solution can fully meet the needs of local SMEs and that your company has the necessary track record in serving local SMEs. Next question, why are 5 satisfied customers required? 5 satisfied customers are required to show that the solution has a good track record in the industry and is able to deliver the intended outcome. Preferably, the customers need to be live users who have used the solution for more than 6 months. Question 3. My solution has been very established overseas but has yet to launch locally. Would my overseas clients be qualified as part of satisfied customers? The answer is no. The 5 satisfied customer submissions have to demonstrate their solutions are implemented locally. Next question. How long must the satisfied SMEs be using my solution before they are qualified to fill up the customer satisfaction survey? The 5 satisfied local SMEs must have used your solution for at least 6 months and not more than 18 months, and is still using the solutions as at the date of your submission. Question 5. My solution is a software as a service base that anyone in the world can sign up and use, including SMEs in Singapore. I have more than 5 satisfied Singapore SME customers. My company can provide 24/7 by 365 customer support from outside Singapore. Can I submit my solution for pre-approval? The answer is no. Currently, we are unable to pre-approve solution vendors that have no presence in Singapore. You must either set up a local office or partner a local reseller to offer your solution. Your local office or partner may submit the solution for pre-approval if it meets all the mandatory requirements stated in the vendor self-assessment checklist. Next question. My solution meets the requirement of multiple solution categories in the vendor self-assessment checklist. Which checklist should I submit? Or can I submit more than one solution for pre-approval? If your solution meets the requirements of multiple solution categories, you may choose to submit multiple vendor self-assessment checklists for your solution to be pre-approved under the respective solution categories. Each submitted checklist must come with its own set of supporting documents as specified in the checklist, such as 5 satisfied customer survey and invoices. Question 7. My solution is widely utilized by SMEs in many industries, but is not listed in any of the solution categories in the checklist. Is my solution eligible to be pre-approved under the SME Go Digital program? IMDA works with respective sector agencies to curate the type of digital solutions which benefit the SMEs within the industries. As long as your solution fulfills the criteria stated within the checklist, We welcome your checklist submission with all the supporting documents. Next question, is hardware bundled within the packages applicable for grant? In general, commodity hardware such as desktop computer, laptops, or tablets that is widely available for purchase in the market is not supportable by the grant. In some solution categories, specialized hardware needed for the solution to properly function may be supportable, such as vehicle tracking device and fleet management solution, video camera and surveillance and analytics, and retail analytics solutions, and sensors in bin monitoring and management solutions. Question 9. I'm a reseller of a proven solution and it's already pre-approved under PSG. Can I still participate in the program? Answer is yes. We are looking at track records of both solution and service support rendered by the digital solution provider. Principal solution provider may be an appointed vendor with the same solution. You can still participate in the SME Go Digital program as long as onboard requirements are fulfilled. Question 10. My company doesn't require audited financial statements. Would management accounts be sufficient for submission? Answer is yes. Please provide the endorsed management accounts with company stamp and ACRA director signature. Next question. My company is incorporated for less than 1 year. Can I submit the financial statement of the parent company instead? Answer is yes, as long as your company is fully owned by the parent company. Next question. What is the definition of positive net equity? The net equity is total assets minus total liabilities in latest audited financial statement or endorsed management account have to demonstrate positive value. Okay, that's all for the FAQs. If you want to refer to the FAQs again, they are available on the SGD website, www.sgd.org.sg. The recording of today's briefing will also be made available on the website. And we have recently updated the MCQ form for registering your attendance when you watch the recorded venue briefing. Before your submission, please ensure all these points are addressed. Ensure that you're using the latest version of the completed checklist. Ensure all the tabs within the vendor self-assessment checklist are filled up with supporting notes to ascertain the features of proposed solution. Ensure 3 years financial statements are submitted. A positive net equity in the latest statement is mandatory. If your company is incorporated less than 3 years, you can just submit all audited financial statements to date to complete your submission. Ensure only one solution category of the sector-specific tab is to be filled up. For re-application, previously submitted 5 satisfied customers cannot be reused. And lastly, ensure that your company details are filled up correctly in SME Go Digital pre-approval system. By failing to fulfill the above points without any valid reason will attribute to delay in processing of your submissions. So please make sure you check those. To recap, this is the onboarding requirement to get your pre-approved solutions approved by IMDA. With effect from now, all new contracts will be approved to a 1+1 year contract appointment. After you get approval, your solution will be listed on the business grant portal for your SME customer to apply for grant support. You can ask your SME customer to find out about their eligibility by contacting the number stated or email directly for advice. Now, before we go into the Q&A, I'd like to hand over the time to Kiok from IMDA, who will first demonstrate how to fill up the vendor self-assessment checklist and share about the important requirements of pre-approval. Kiok, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Manoj. I think we can just jump to the next slide. Yeah, so this checklist, Manoj has shared earlier that you can download from the IMDA website as well as the SGD website where you sign up for this vendor briefing. So when you open up the checklist, there will be 7 tabs in there for most categories. Most solution categories will for most checklists, there will be 7 tabs. There are some checklists that has less than that. So when you fill out the checklist, you must fill out everything, including the main tab, before you proceed to the rest of the tab. So all the information you need to fill out. Next. Yeah, so in each of the checklists is a series of questions that we ask. Some are mandatory, some are preferred. So if any of the mandatory requirements you cannot meet, then basically you are not eligible for the solution are not eligible for the program. Yeah, so if you can meet all the mandatory, then and you should also fill out the preferred requirements also. So for preferred requirements, if you can meet, that will we will assess you more favorably in terms of our assessment criteria, as well as in the final qualifying course, we will give a higher qualifying cost for your solutions. Next slide. For some of the checklists, there is additional Excel file embedded in there. This is a sample quotation format. Essentially, we want you to fill up your packages in advance to give us a sensing of how you offer these solutions to your current customers and how you intend to offer it under the PSG packages. Not all categories has this. So I think in this slide we mentioned that if you're submitting under e-commerce, under digital marketing, under digital ordering solutions, and some of the retails checklist has these requirements. So if there is an embedded Excel file, you should open up and fill up the details. There are usually a sample NX3 in there there's usually a sample NX3 there that tell you how to fill it up. I mean, there's a sample there, you just follow the samples and you can fill out the Excel files. Next slide, please. So when you download the checklist in there, so beside the checklist Excel file itself, there will be three documents in there. So the three documents are there's a survey form, the sample survey form. Of course, there's program terms and conditions and the program guides. So you should read those documents as well when you fill up. So for survey form, this is the one that you need to then send to your customers. So we require you to fill up 5 happy customers, satisfied customers. So they need to fill up this survey form, and this survey form needs to be signed by their company directors as well. So in the survey form, you should indicate that they should indicate the solutions that they have deployed and the deployment date. And then of course, they give you some ratings on how they feel about your solutions as well as you as vendor. Next. So after you fill out the checklist and you proceed into the system, the portal to submit the checklist, there's a portion where we ask you whether the solution packages is based on direct purchase or subscription leasing paying model. So the guideline is that if they are paying a one-time fee and that they own the solutions and equipment, then you should choose direct purchase. So if it's an on-premise solution, if it's a solution that bundle with some hardware, a tablet, a PC, then you should choose direct purchase. So if it's a solution that they subscribe and then after the 1 year they continue to pay you a monthly fees and all that, then you can check on the subscription box. Next slide. Before I continue, I will just hand over to my colleague Chiu Si. This is one of the criteria under the data analytic tabs. So she will elaborate a little bit more. Chiu Si.
Thanks, Kyo. Hi, everyone. So in the next couple of minutes, I will just give you a quick overview of the Better Data-Driven Business, in short, BDDB program, as well as to share how you can actually align your solution to the requirements of the business intelligence tool that is actually made available under this program. Next. So we all know that the use of data analytics is actually on the rise and will play a central role in business operations for years to come. So the capability of businesses to leverage the data sets and information in their companies will be a determining factor in their competitiveness, both today and in the future. So in this digital age, data analytics and visualization are actually crucial elements of the business decision-making process. It helps the stakeholders to recognize patterns in the data and also to devise profitable business strategies. So based on an article on Impact Networking website, data-driven organizations are actually 23 times more likely to acquire customers, 6 times more likely to retain customers, and 19 times more likely to be profitable. So 73% of businesses say that they have received measurable value from implementing big data initiatives, And the average ROI for enterprises using business intelligence and analytics is actually 1,300%. Next. So while we know that more businesses are using data analytics to bring about sustained benefits and growth for their businesses, we also are aware that there are some businesses that are actually not doing so. So here are some of the reasons we found out through the recent Infocom usage survey conducted by IMDA. The reasons are poor awareness, understanding of the technology, lack of manpower and or competency in using technologies, no budget allocated, inadequate IT infrastructure, no data, lack of sufficient data for proper data analysis. So these key challenges faced by SMEs are what we think that ICM vendors like you can value add and support SMEs in overcoming them through your solution. Next. So taking into consideration the challenges faced by businesses, the BDDB program was launched to help them to use data to derive near-term business value and to be more confident about using data. The program aims to support two types of SMEs, those that are starting to learn to use data to generate insights, and those that seek to apply and share data for more complex purposes. So through this program, SMEs can learn how to collect necessary data safely, combine data across systems with adequate protections, and also to share data externally with partners and suppliers safely in line with the requirements of the PDPA obligations. So we hope to help more businesses get started on data analytics so they can remain competitive in this digital economy and to ease the adoption process for them. Next. So to allow SMEs to be more confident in using their data and to translate them into actionable insights, IMDA worked with PDPC to incorporate good data protection practices in the free business intelligence tool, such that only data necessary for the insights are used and the data is generally pseudonymized. The BI tool was developed to address SMEs' concerns such as no available budget, resources, and lack of awareness understanding of data analytics. So it aims to help SMEs to improve data quality, convert their existing business data into visual dashboards to monitor business indicators at a glance, and to improve business decision making using data instead of gut feel. So focus group discussions were conducted prior to the development of this tool to determine the common business objectives of SMEs, including what are the key information to be captured on each dashboard, as well as the data items are commonly collected and can be readily exported from solutions. As such, we have identified 5 most common business objectives that can bring near-term returns. Grow product sales, acquire new customers, and retain and engage your customers to increase your top line. Lower inventory costs and improving HR planning to improve your bottom line. So to use the BI tool, SMEs will need to download the templates from IMDA website and Microsoft Power BI into their laptop. Export required business data from their solution and import them into the predefined templates. Check for data completeness and consistency. Interpret the results using Power BI and take action based on the practical business interventions. Next. So here are some of the snapshots of the 5 available dashboards as part of the BI tool. So due to the time constraint, I will just use business objective 1 on grow product sales as an example on how you should complete the data analytics requirements section of the vendor self-assessment checklist. Next. So on screen is the updated data analytics requirements in the vendor self-assessment checklist, and I will step through criterion 1.3 to 1.5 in greater details in the next few slides. Next. So first and foremost, you will need to download the business intelligence tool from IMDA BDDB program website. I will stay on this screen for the next minute, and you may wish to take out your mobile phone and scan the QR code on screen to sign up via the online form. The BI tool package will be emailed to you at the end of this briefing. So to meet criterion 1.3, please complete the BI2 data list attached in column E and ensure that all mandatory data items are collected and made mandatory for data entry in your solution. Your clients will not be able to generate the key indicators on the BI2 dashboard should there be any missing mandatory data items. Optional data items are those that may apply to some SMEs but not all. So for example, not all SMEs have physical and online stores. Next. To meet criteria 1.4, your solution must be able to export the mandatory data items with or without the optional data items for all the specified column headers in either CSV or Excel format. So in other words, the exported data file must follow the naming convention for each header data item and data format. As part of the validation process, you are required to provide the exported data file with sample data in the required format, as well as the screenshot of the corresponding dashboard. Next. So if you are keen to incorporate the relevant dashboard in your solution, do indicate your interest in criterion 1.5, and IMDA will be in touch with you to explore how we can support you on this. Next. So if your solution is able to meet the requirements stated in criterion 1.3 and 1.4, please complete and submit the data analytics requirements section of the vendor self-assessment checklist and the documents stated in 1.3, 1.4 to IMDA via this website, via this URL prior to submitting your application to SMEs GD pre-approval team. So we will take about 2 weeks to review and validate your submission. And please note that incomplete submission with missing documents will be rejected. Next. So pre-approved solutions that are aligned to the requirements of the BI2 will be listed on BDDB program webpage, as well as promoted at our various engagements with SMEs. So that's all for my sharing, and we look forward to receiving your submission, and thank you. Over to you, Kiok.
Thank you, Chuse. Okay, I will just recap some of the things that Manoj has shared earlier also. So this is when if your solutions, you go through the entire process, you are approved and awarded a letter of appointment. So Manoj has shared that it's a 1+1. So basically your appointment is a default 1 year, and then IMDA will have the option to exercise option to extend the contract for another year. So if that means if you exercise, then it's a 2 years contract in total. So so for this thing, when it's 2 years is up, or even for the first year, there will not be any reminder that you need to come back for another appointment. So you need to watch out for your own appointment start date and end date, and then at the right junction, just start the application process again. I think there are some vendors that currently have a appointment that's expiring soon, so you should just start your application process immediately. If you're let's say another 3 months that your existing appointment going to expire. Next. Okay, some important clause for existing vendors as well, new vendors that's coming on board. So like I mentioned just now, the T&Cs and all these things is already attached in the checklist zip files, so you should read them. So just highlight a few clauses that's important. So 3.2.6, make sure that you offer only the PSG packages that's approved. So do not give any form of incentives and rebates, freebies and other things to your customers just to sweeten the deals, because once this is discovered, we're likely to terminate your appointment and bar you from future government programs. Yeah, so this is very important. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the next one is 3.2.3. So PSG packages, we are quite restrictive. So basically, when you approve if you list 5 items in your packages, you need to offer exactly the 5 items. So your quotations and invoices must be exactly as what you have submitted for our approval. And once you approve, you must sell exactly that package. You cannot make any changes. You cannot add 1 line. You cannot reduce 1 line. Yeah, so you must sell the exact one. So anything that in the event that you really need to sell something extra, you should differentiate between the PSG packages. So the quotation invoice for the PSG packages should follow exactly what is being approved. And then you can issue a separate quotation and invoice on their separate purchase. So do not try to mix things in the PSG ones. That means do not try to add one line or minus one line from your quotation invoices. Yeah, then sorry, just I'll go back to the previous slide. Yeah. So the other thing is that for 4.1.2D, make sure that as a vendor, you do not be too helpful to help your customers apply grants or make claims. Yeah, so you should not be involved in those activities. I mean, you might guide them, but later I'll show you. So it's preferably you refer them to SME centers and all that to get the proper help, rather than you doing on your staff doing on behalf of your customers. Yeah, next. Yeah, so these are some of the common problems that we face that some of our vendors end up facing, and then we have to terminate them or even suspend them for a period of time. So being a new vendors, try to avoid some of this pitfalls. So for code conducts, number one is that you need to be responsive to your customers, because otherwise if they ask you for quotations and ask you for things and you take very long time to respond to them, and then your customer might in turn write to either ESG, Enterprise Singapore, or IMDA for help, and that will give you some black marks, so in terms of whether renewals or future application, that might have a negative on you. So for advertising, when you are approved, we will give you a brand guide. So just follow everything in the brand guide, what you can do and what you cannot do, where to place logo, and where you can't place logos and all those things. Those just follow the brand guides. I will not elaborate too much in this. So also avoid saying things that are not factual. Where you are number one, unless you really have number one award that's given by SGTech, for example, or some other organization. So otherwise, don't mention things that is not factual. So Annex 3 deliverables. So in terms of pre-approval, I mentioned you are given up to 5 packages. So in there you will list down software, hardware, professional service fee. Then you should deliver everything that's in there. The same, cannot minus, cannot add. So it must be exactly the same thing in there. Yeah. Our scope. This one I already mentioned just now, so I won't mention again. Mismatch quotation. Yeah, this one I also mentioned earlier. Okay, so the other one is retrospective pitching application. So when you are approved already, so the usual process is that you can start selling. So your customer comes, they say, I'm interested in your solutions. I want to get PSG grant support. So you give them a quotation. Then they will use the quotation to apply for grant. So when they apply for grant, there will be some maybe a few weeks time before they get the results on whether the grant is approved or not. So during this time, if they want to start, if they want to engage you and start, it is possible. But just be mindful to let them know that if in the event that their grant is not approved, they might not be able to claim. So that's something that I mean, you can inform them as a vendor, and they themselves should be also aware. Yeah, because there might be a small chance that their grant application might not be approved for whatever reason. Yeah, but if let's say they are comfortable with that kind of risk, they want to start immediately, that's okay. I mean, it's just a normal business relationship. That once you give a quotation and they sign the quotation and they want to start, yeah, whether they get BHG grant or not, it's not really your problem. Yeah, so they have to ensure that they have gotten a letter offer from the business grant portal. Yeah, and I also mentioned this the last point I also mentioned earlier. They do not help the customers to do the grants and all that thing. And I think one of the problems that we face in some of the past vendors is that because when they apply grant, they need to answer a few questions like how does the solution help them and all that. So some vendors provide them model answer, and then everyone copy the same answers and write, and that cause some problem at the grant processing team. So if you want to help them, you can give them some broad ways of answering the question, but don't give them model answer. Don't give them, oh, this will help you improve sales by 20%, and then everyone will just put 20%, and all your customers put 20%, then that will cause some problem also. Yeah, so do not give more answers. Yeah, next. Yeah, so if you are breaching of any of the TNCs and program rules, what happened is that once we investigate the thing and is proven that you did something wrong, we give you depends on the severities of the breach. So the not so serious one, we might give you a warning letters, and then you can rectify the thing and all that. Then all fine, all good. So we give you one or two chance, usually one chance lah. And then if it's a repeated violation, we suspend you, and if a serious one, we terminate your contract almost immediately also. Yeah, next slide. Oh, that's all.